上。犬猿寮母から両歳ギツネのデリバリーにやってきました。やったー、契約成立。よろしくお願いしますね、マスター。何を隠そう、このいえ、この私、ご主人様みたいな人のサーバントになりたいって。まあちょっと性能はピーキーなんで、マスター的には不満かもしれませんけど、精一杯頑張りますから。
Hello everyone, welcome back for some more Let's Play Fate Extra CCC. I never thought I'd say that. Oh, well, I knew I would, but, you know, not now.
女は病理につながれていた。重い鎖はまんべんなく、つま先から頭まで、ミイラのごとき死に化粧。
I recognize this voice.
自由がない、と余人は哀れむ。自由はない、と彼女は喜ぶ。鉄のドレスは難攻不落。城門開いたその奥に、あるのは乙女か魔性の罠か。他人の秘密は蜜の味というが、さて。
I actually already think I know who this is about. Mind you, I know the CCC servants, so because of that, you know, it's a little different, but... Why are you helping us? Or are you actually... I don't know your... Okay, we'll see. I don't know. I mean, because here's the thing. There's, like BB is on the cover. That's not a surprise. But is she actually different from Sakura? I thought that it... I hear a familiar voice. My hazy vision and consciousness come back to me, spurred on by the voice that's concerned about me. My heavy eyelids open. Well, this room seems normal. It looks like an infirmary. An old-fashioned infirmary I've never seen on Seraph, in a style that no longer exists on the surface. Oh, we've learned everything now. Yep, we got it all. I'm lying on a bed right now. Beside me is a girl in a white robe checking up on me. I think her name was... Well, that's right, her name was Sakura, an AI in charge of managing the health of masters. And this is the point where any unlucky soul who got CCC thinking, oh, I'll get the updated version, and didn't realize it's like a separate game, are now like, what the frick? I don't really understand what's going on yet, but it seems Sakura has been taking care of me. In place of a greeting, I say, thank you. We're in a different uniform. Huh? For some reason, Sakura is making a really curious expression. Is there something weird on my face?
いえ、ごめんなさい。なんでもないんです。何の問題もありません。自分でもわからないんですけど、声を聞いたらほっとしてしまって。きっと他の皆さんより昏睡状態が長かったからですね。とにかく目覚めてくれて嬉しいです。アバターの反応はまだ鈍いでしょうけど、すぐに元の調子に戻りますよ。もう立ち上がることもできるはずです。
I think I actually prefer this uniform. Probably because it's closer to like a normal, you know, like school uniform. Like one that you would see, you know, like the sailor style, right? I don't really like the military sort of style. Sakura gave me a smile full of joy and relief from the bottom of her heart. I can't help but let my tension go. I feel like I just had some sort of nightmare. That smile alone blew all my anxieties away. But no, I can't just stare at Sakura's beautiful smile forever. Where am I? And why in the world was I sleeping here? I can't believe that I started my fate journey with moon lesbians, and here I am, back again, years later, once again dealing with moon lesbians. It's you can't stop it.
あなたは自分が誰なのかわかりますか？
Do I know who I am? I don't need to think too hard for that one. My name is Hakuno Kishinami, a student attending Tsukimihara Academy, but not quite. I'm one of the wizards, or magi, who came to the moon to obtain the rights to the wish-granting Holy Grail.
そのウィザードというのは？
It is a moon hacker. I wonder why Sakura's asking. Isn't that considered the most basic of basics? This is so weird, because I feel like every single, like, fate thing is like, you're always given an outsider, and they're like, what's the magi, what's a magus, what's a wizard, right? And here it's like, for the first time like ever, we're given a character who's like, no, of course I know that. Of course I know that. Wizards are a special type of hacker, capable of having their selves, their souls enter cyberspace. The body is something that grounds the soul, so if the body and soul could be differentiated, wouldn't it be possible to send it elsewhere? There's also one more of those things, but don't worry about it. That occult-like approach led to a new age in the transmission of information. Of those hackers, the A-ranked hackers among them were conferred the title of Wizard or Magus.
そうです。魔術が途絶えた現代において、唯一魔術理論を継承する人々のことです。ところで、今は西暦何年で、ここはどこですか？
I don't even need to ask. It's the year 2030 AD. God, we are so close to that. Human technological advancement froze in the 1970s. We're past that, though. That's also when the Western European plutocracy abolished the development of space travel. Wait, if human technological advancement froze in the 1970s, there were not online forums in the 1970s. I mean, I guess computers must have still sort of came about, because there have to be for them to learn hacking and stuff. And games, right? You mean, okay, I guess those aren't like big advancements, but still, like the internet and stuff, that there's been a few, but the overall advancement. That's also when the Western European plutocracy abolished the development of space travel. As for the question of where, I don't really know the details, but I know enough. This is the moon, specifically the legacy of an alien civilization that was discovered inside the moon, the artificial Spiritron calculation apparatus, the Moon Cell Automaton. I feel like legacy of an alien civilization was something implied but never stated before. Did they ever actually say that, like, because yeah, it came from space. We know that it arrived in from space, so obviously it must come from aliens. But I guess I never put it together that, like, yeah, it must come from, like, a proper other civilization. Huh. The Holy Grail that sleeps in the sea of the heavens, that the wizards of the earth dream of. The Moon Cell Automaton. Am I saying that right? Automaton. Yeah, okay. Because I literally have heard someone say the Moon Cell Automaton, and I'm like, the what? But it's the automaton. Has no will of its own. You could call it a huge computational computer. Put simply, it's a supercomputer the size of the moon. Even all of the computers in the world combined wouldn't be able to compete with the Moon Cell. This Moon Cell built virtual cyberspace inside of itself called the Seraph, gathering wizards from all around the world, or rather, the Earth. This would be one of the school-styled grounds made in that Seraph. Wizards that have reached the moon compete against each other, with the last one standing invited into the Moon Cell's core and is given the right to use it. That is the Holy Grail, an almighty calculator with the computational ability or power source equivalent to a solar system. And that's your plot dump that spoils all of Extra. Hope you didn't get this. If you jumped right into this game, you would be so confused.
弱き者に聖杯は与えられません。あなたたちは自分が生命として優れている最強であることを証明しなくてはならない。その方法としてムーンセルはあなたたちに戦闘を代行するソースを与えました。それは何ですか?
It's called a net navi. Something to fight with. Something vital to a wizard, a partner to fight alongside. That is, a servant. That's right. I remember now. For making it through the preliminaries and qualifying into the Holy Grail War, the Moon Cell gave me command seals and... A servant, a reproduction of a hero from the past as a familiar, to contract with, as a participating master, I think.
そこまでは問題ないようですね。じゃあ、これが一番大事なことなんですけど。
Okay. He's just gonna stop.
ですね、聖杯戦争中の
Oh,
こと、
no.
少しでも覚えていますか？
Well, yeah, of course I do. Of course. I do. Wait. I know that I'm a wizard, but I don't remember a single thing about Hakano Kishinami's past at all. Actually, for what reason am I even participating in such a dangerous war to begin with?
やっぱり他の皆さんと同じですね。自分が誰なのかは覚えているけれど、聖杯戦争中の記憶は思い出せない。
So something... The war did
落
happen.
ち着いて聞いてくださいね。
Okay.
あなたは自分がマスターであることしか思い出せない記憶障害状態なんです。
Memory loss. I don't really feel anything about that. But fact is, it's just as Sakura said. The only thing I can remember is that I am a master. I can remember. I was in the Holy Grail War, but nothing about the battles I fought, or what opponents I defeated. And if they were defeated, it's kind of weird that they might be back. There's only a little I do remember vividly. That just a bit ago, I was an ordinary high school student going to a school different from this one. That it was swallowed up by an unknown darkness, can we remember that? That I was saved from that predicament by my servant, Castor.
乱暴な言い方ですけど、聖杯戦争開始時の初期状態にリセットされたようなものなんです。
It is a new game, you gotta do it that way.
あなたは昏睡状態が長かったですから、もしかすると本当に自分の名前しか覚えていないのかも。
We also remember that we love women.
あれ？ということは、もしかして、私の名前わかりますか？
So Sakura asks nervously. It seems she's wondering if I forgot about her. Her name is, of course... Saint Francis Xavier. That's why it's Zabi! Right, you're Zabiko. Right. I remember someone explained to me, I'm like, where does the name, like, because Zavi is the nickname for the male, and then Zabiko. And I remember being like, where does that come from? And someone said, well, it's because it's Francis Xavier. Right? Right. Frick, that's so stupid. It's funny, because I remember that was a joke in the first game, too. With the ding of a light bulb, no doubt about it. Her name is Francis Xavier.
違いますよ。
Not at all. What? Regardless of the correct answer, why did I even think that?
私、これでも健康管理 AI ですから、特にあなたのスキャニングはバッチリです。
Now I remember. God, please, wouldn't it be really funny to get a Francis Xavier pseudo-servant of Hakuno, right? Even put them both in. Man. We got a bunch of, like, Sengoku-era characters before, and, like, St. Francis Xavier is in Sengoku Basara, and you can, like, do combos as this guy who, like, literally is the namesake of a school I substituted at, so, like, come
基
on.
本的にクールですけど、ふざけるときとか、空回りするときとか、だいたい空気で読み取れます。
I mean, I would say that's a compliment for someone. To say, like, you can read the mood very well. That's a
ですの
positive.
で、ここぞという時の不真面目さは自重してくださいね。
Put the clown hat
保
away.
健室の管理権限として、口にできないお仕置きとかありますから。
Okay. Behind that sweet smile was a fierce pressure. Sure, joking around in a serious situation could mean life or death. I guess I just got reprimanded by Sakura.
とにかく急ぎ足でしたが、あなた自身の手で状況を確認していただきました。今私にできることはこれぐらいです。もっと力になりたいんですけど、もう私には何の力もありません。皆さん同様、私も記録の検索機能がロックされていて、
So everyone lost their
本当に
memory.
ごめんなさい。
The war has happened, but we're reset. Okay. Sakura bows remorsefully, rises from a chair, then moves towards a corner of the room.
もしもし、こちら保健室です。目を覚ましました。精神、肉体、ともに異常はありません。
それはよかった。では早速ですが、
That's
こ
Leo.
ちらに来ていただけるよう伝言をお願いします。
まだ目覚めたばかりですし、今は挨拶だけで。
申し訳ありませんが、その余裕はありません。事態は一刻を争います。それに彼女なら、僕が言わずとも勝手に歩き回ります。
Oh. You remember
僕の
us?
知っているという人はいつまでもおとなしくしている性格ではありませんか。
Wait, are you gonna be the only
目
character
が
who
覚めたのなら
remembers?
すぐに行動するでしょう。この新しくも古い校舎を調べ回った後、生徒会室に来るよう言ってください。
New old school? Sakura's transmission with that person ends. Come to the student council room. Sounds like.
今の通信聞こえていましたか？
Yeah, I nod in answer. The way that person was speaking annoyed me, but I do need to get moving now that I'm awake. Especially since I don't know what's going on. I need a grasp on the current situation as soon as possible.
わかりました。生徒会室は2階に上がって左手側の教室です。また、サーバントは2階に上がって右手側の教室に待機してもらっています。
Well, we'll need to go say hello.
忘れずに顔を出して、サーバントのパラメータを確認しておいてくださいね。
As she says that, I look at the back of my left hand. There's one command seal left inscribed. Command seals holds absolute directive authority over servants. It's a special command that invokes all kinds of coercive power upon a servant in return for expending one. Simultaneously, they serve as proof that one is a master. When a master uses them all up, what happens again? Whatever. What matters is that I have a proper contract with... I feel like even if we use them up, Caster would still work with us. If I shut my eyes, I can feel my vital source, my magical energy flowing into Caster. Caster's alright too. I want to meet with Caster soon. I'll put off going to the student council room and head directly to the classroom to my right on the second floor. So this is a different room, huh? You have found an herb! What are these herbs anyways? There are tons of different kinds with different properties. Lumping them all into herb without specifying what they are and what they do does not give me a good reason to use them. And so with that, Hagano Kishinami discarded the herb. That's an RPG joke. That's funny. That's a funny joke. That's a funny gaming joke. This instrument is for measuring your height. I considered measuring my height until I noticed it's the kind that also measures your weight. Close call. True. Very true. Various medicines are arranged here. Handling these without any medical knowledge is very dangerous. I'll leave them be. God, I forgot how good the incidental writing is in this game. These are neatly covered with pure white sheets. This level of professionalism would put a high-class hotel to shame. The world may be vast, but people this perfect at making beds are pretty rare. It's a simple table with a plastic tablecloth draped over it. It's a nice highlight to an otherwise drab infirmary. It's a refrigerator. Since I'm quite parched, I opened the door to search for a drink. But there was only medicine inside, probably the kind that has to stay chilled. The shelf has neatly lined up tea set. Places like these are where Sakura's personality seems to really show. An old model laptop is lying on the desk, but there are no signs of it being used. Of course, I don't expect an advanced AI like Sakura to have any need for such an old device. Probably can't even run Crisis. I cast her away in the classroom because she was a little hard on the eyes. She looks different from what you're used to. Oh, is it the bondage? Waking up from a long sleep is mentally draining enough for you, so I had them wait somewhere else. Anyway, please don't be surprised, okay? It's the bondage, isn't it? Yeah, that's fair. That's all the same. Reunite with your... There we go, okay. These sounds are still so loud. Whoa, that's not going to be annoying at all. Whoa, you got like a old school uniform. Yo, what the hell's this? I was in charge of arena maintenance, now I'm suddenly in charge of watering plants? F-word! Can't say it. I wouldn't want to say it anyways, because I don't really like it. But I'm not going to say it because, you know, YouTube. I don't know who did this, but as soon as I get back, the moon cell's going to hear about this. Oh, he's not having it at all. Hey, there isn't even an arena entrance in this building. Someone's going to pay for this. Oh, you really just want to fight. Quite a few papers posted on the bulletin board, but the text is so corrupted it's unreadable. That's the infirmary. Library. It's a library. If I find anything to investigate, it'd be a good idea to come here. Take a close look at the posters on the bulletin board. I don't see particularly useful information. Yeah, it's like an older building, right? I tried lifting up the fire extinguisher, but it's fixed to floor, so I can't. Whatever, wasn't planning on using it anyway. That's scary. There's like an extra level of artificiality, you know? Oh yeah, this is different. Oh, the Sakura blossoms. Over there's the commissary. You can buy various items and mystic codes there, but it looks like the clerk stepped out. He'll be back before you know it, so come back later. Mixed in with stuff like notebooks and pens are an arrangement of several kinds of souvenirs. The entrepreneurial spirit here is palpable. Why would you need souvenirs in the digital world? I don't get it. Written here is a list of goods at the commissary. Apologies, sold out of Mega Hot Mapu Tofu. Damn it! Well, now we know exactly who's going to be at the store. It's a very unique commissary. That's the same one. Okay. It's a different... What is... Hello, sir. Listen to me carefully. 1 second I become the Mimicry Club, chief. The next, I'm in the far side of the moon. You must have no idea what I'm on about. Me neither. I'm just an NPC after all. I leave the hard stuff to the advanced AI. Are you a master? A human? There are other humans still alive. Oh, it's not my place to say it, but give it your best. You've got some tough times ahead. Your name is Hakuno, right? Nice to meet you. Wait. I'm NPC 5-10. You can also call me Goto. I thought you almost looked like Goto. Why are you Goto? Anyway, let's have a good time. Regardless of whatever sort of hell this is, they say that home is where you make it. Is this Goto, or is it because you're the Mimicry Club that you look like him? Huh. Janitor's closet. Door seems to be locked. I'm curious about this room, but it might be a good idea to worry about it later. That's probably going to be where we go into the dungeon. On the entrance here is written restroom. No need to go in now. It's the faculty room, but the locked door won't budge at all. Give up on trying to get in. Boy, I can't wait for there to be music so I don't have to hear thump, 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 thump. Although I'd also like to know how things are looking outside, I should start with the inside of the school building. There's no basement. Seems to be a storage room. There's a mess of old tools piled up inside. I don't see anything useful. Also, there's no need to go and get myself covered in dust. Oh, there is no basement because this is like an old building before basements, right? Probably. Please don't talk to me. I'm an advanced AI in charge of cleaning. I'm on a different level than you people. Good grief, you're all filthy. This school building, you masters, and that Sakura Mato who rescued you people. For a long time, I've been advising the Moon Cell that we must invite humans. I predicted that this kind of bug would occur. Huh. The perfection that is the Moon Cell can't generate errors. Any fault always lies with you humans. Thus, I will not cooperate with you people. I wish for a swift resolution for the Moon Cell. An all-delete, a sweeping purge. Oh my god, they're racist. You still need something? Please don't talk to me, filth. Oh no, they've become aware. I turned on the faucet and water came out. I washed my hands. The cold water feels nice. It's not drinkable. Don't do it. Student council room. You're blonde. Huh? You're all humans? The surviving masters? Hey, you're pretty lucky. Good for you. Welcome to the worst hell imaginable. This is the retro old school building. A prison with no fun whatsoever. You must already know by now, but being a master here means nothing. You and I are both prisoners. I'm a normal NPC. Galco. That name bothers me. Nice to meet you. I was attacked by the black noise, ran around, and ended up here. Well, I'll let the management NPCs sweat the small stuff. We should just hang out, you know? She's a Gyaru. Huh? You're all humans? The surviving masters? Hey, you're pretty lucky. Good for you. Okay, that's the same. You look interesting. The NPCs in general have much more designs, it feels. This is the far side of the moon? We're trapped here? It's only a minus for you, humans. For us, it's a plus. After all, the Moon Cell's no control here. Oh! Masters and NPCs have the same worth now. This just gave me a big chance to get close to President Leo. But Mr. Julius and that servant are awful nuisances. Can't they just go away quietly? Huh. This girl has her eyes on Leo. I warned her that she doesn't know what she's getting into, but she has a stubborn mentality. I was paired with this girl in the Holy Grail War, but who would have guessed that she was the type to prioritize love so much? Well, it's not like I don't get how she feels. I'll stick with her until the end. Love is something that should just fit just right. For me, a man with capable stats would make for a nice husband. Oh, she's on that Fire Emblem grind set, you know? Restroom. Inside it splits off into the men's and women's sides. Doesn't seem like anyone's using this room. No sign of anyone being inside. Plant. With this vermilion backdrop, looking at this verdant, leafy potted plant really soothes the mind. Wait, with this vermilion backdrop, 7. Looking at this verdant, leafy potted plant, 11. Really soothes my mind, 5. That could be a haiku. I think that counts technically. Haiku rules are strange. Few sheets of paper posted up here, but I wasn't able to find any useful information worth mentioning. Dang, there goes my clicking on everything. A notice from the student council. The following student council members for this year have been decided as shown below. The sheet ends there. There's no student council? No rules? Alright, they said to go to my left. Let's go down here. Is that Jude? No. It's a big guy. You're a master, right? I'm just a regular NPC. I found myself in the school building. According to the AI from the infirmary, Sakura, I almost got deleted, but I escaped and made it all the way here. The far side of the moon. Imaginary number spaces. They have nothing to do with me. I'm an NPC that's just heading home. Despite all this, that won't change. I can go home whenever I want, but sunset glow is so nice. In the Holy Grail War, in the near side of the moon, you never see this. I'll stay a little longer. You know what do you mean you never see this? This is how half the game looked like in the first one. You again. Not gonna head home? I'm gonna enjoy myself for a little while longer. I can go home anytime, but it's fine, right? 30-year classroom. 30 years classroom, no one's inside, no need to go in, I think. Announcement for the guidance counselor, the rest is just blank. It is like everything's been turned off. Like, there's nothing here. First and second year classroom. Oh, the sunset classroom. That's the aesthetic. Wooden desks, grain floor, and retro window frames. I'm struck by a strange sense of nostalgia. This is the year 2030. I wouldn't be able to find places like this old-timey school building as here back on Earth.
お待ちしておりましたご主人様。深呼吸をした後、期待に胸を膨らませて振り向いてくださいまし。
Oh boy, here we go. Behind me is a voice I've heard before. This unique tone, a mixture of bewitching femininity and cheerfulness, belongs to Castor. It's only been several minutes since we reunited during our fall through the starry sky. Well, for me that reunion was just a moment ago, but for all I know it could have been hours for her. My memory's still hazy, so I can't recall all the things Castor and I did together through the Holy Grail War. If only I could slowly piece them together through introductions to these videos that will set up the tone for a playthrough I didn't do. Still, getting to meet again makes me happy. I'll say good morning in response, or I say good morning in response when... Yep, that's the outfit. Maroos! The little hat is a nice touch, though.
どうですかこの新コスチューム。胸元はあけすけに、けれど守りは大胆に。過激、低粛、しかして妖艶。フォックス系両サイサーバント、パンキッシュキャスター、華麗に申請。
Punkish. Punkish? I don't know if I'd use that term myself, but okay.
ご主人様、感想プリーズ。
Let's go with the second one.
なぜそこで黙るんですか
Huh? Damn, my head went blank from the shock. Castor, what's with this getup?
可愛らしゅうございましょう。こちらに落ちた後、
Oh.
目が覚めたらこの衣装になっており
You
ま
didn't
した。
pick him out? That's
シス
strange.
テム変更とやらの影響かと。私が見たところ、サーバント用の工作具です。
Oh. Oh. Are all the outfits restraints? Restraints. Sure. It sort of does look like that, but there's one part that's a bit overexposed.
わかります？実はちょっときついです。胸元とか特にご覧になられますか？
Yep.
ご主人様。
Yep, here I go. We're both women. Come on, Hakuno. Come on. Hakuno, come on. Hakuno, come on. Like, come on. We've literally heard you lapping at the teat of a nun, and you're like, what? We're both women. So what is she talking about? I'm not only in shock, Caster's lure makes me feel lightheaded. The unremovable clothes, the bondage fashion, the frill sleeves, while feminine, it all conceals an irresistible I'm gonna be honest, I think this is like I'd say a 6 out of 10 outfit. I think there's better ones, right? Personally.
熱い視線ありがとうございます。それではもう一度気を取り直して。どうですか、マスター？あなたのサーバントは可愛らしいですか？
Yep. It's revealing, but it suits you. Is this really okay for a shrine win? Hey, what's that cord supposed to do? What's the purpose of that cord? In the first place, what the heck is it?
これでございますか？帯のようなもの？
Oh, you think it's an obi? Sash? That... Well, if she were to unfasten it, it'd slip off?
いきますよ。腰のあたりからと胸元からさらりと悪大官ごっこいたします。
Luckily, I don't know what kind of play Evil Magistrate involves, but, just that it must be something, alright? Anyways, sash, huh? The more I look at it, the more the way it's wrapped seems unusual. Maybe it has some deep meaning in terms of sorcery?
嫌ですよ、ご主人様。これはただの吉行。
Yep.
何でもございません。私もこれが何なのやら。
She was gonna say bondage. She was gonna say it's just bondage. Okay.
たまには西洋風の服。
She was just gonna say, yeah, I'm just in bondage, whatever.
それともご主人様的には色が気になるんですか？ほら、今まで青でしたから。
I do think it would look better blue.
黒は似合わない。
I think your color scheme with the blue looks better, yeah. No, well, I'm accustomed to it. I'm well accustomed to it. Caster has always had a black heart.
何かおっしゃい
What?
ました？
No. I shake my head in denial. That was a close one. Caster, specialized in sorcery, is alert to sarcasm and backbiting. That was just me remembering something trivial.
ともあれ、私はしばらくこの衣装ですから。もしお気に召さないようでしたら、着替えを用意してくださいまし。
I will.
私はご主人様の忠実なサーバント。主がお望みになるのでしたら、どのような姿にもなりましょう。
Anything?
もちろん、衣装代はそちら持ちで。
Even a flat
消
cap?
し済みにしますので、そちらの方もご注意のほどを。
Hey, flat caps are cute, right? Flat caps are cute, right? Caster smiles brightly. Geez, despite the situation we're in, I'm a little relieved. What innocence. No matter where she is, she faithfully considers me as her master. This is unmistakably Caster, a reliable servant. I may have forgotten many things, but I get the feeling I can endure any fear or anxiety as long as she fights by my side. She'll clear away any anxiety or dread for me, I'm sure.
それでは気を取り直して参りましょう。まずは生徒会室ですね。さくらさんの話によると、ご主人様より早く目覚めているマスターがいる
Oh, they're all
そうです
there.
よ。
Now I think of it, yeah, the student council room is on the second floor too, so they said. Let's head over quickly. Access the main... Ah, there we go, baby. That's what we want. A nice. Status, SG. Equip, item, system. First off, system. Again, let's check. That's all there. Okay. God, these sound effects are way too loud. Status. Whoa, that's cool. Mystic Code. Tsukimihara badge. Costume classic girl's uniform. Jet Black Mage. Skill. We got skills there. Level 1. Equip. Tsukimihara badge. Increases NPE. Okay. Also, Sacrament? Oh, no. Outfit for caster. Classic girls uniform. Girls gym clothes. And knee-high socks. And oh, apparently we have knee-high socks. Can we equip that? No. Strange. An accessory for females. Unless it's something I put on. What is that option? How do we change costume? Because I see that there. Maybe, you know what? It might be that I have to go into the my room there after and change it. I bet you that's what it's going to be. Right? Equip. Oh, no, that's different. Huh. Okay. Well. Yeah, we'll have to find the my room eventually. There's a monthly schedule drawn on the blackboard, but naturally nothing is filled in. Oh, didn't mean to do that. That's fine. Can we go back in, actually? Good. So I want to read all the flavor dialogue. Call me a chef. I'm looking for the flavor. Stuff like classic literature, reference books, and past exams are messily arranged here. I pull a book out. It's an anthology of authors' works. Someone who wrote poems and children's stories while teaching agriculture in a poor village. The writing on the blackboard has been erased. I wonder if this blackboard was being used at some point. Okay. Not much in here. Well, time to head to the student council room, which is right here. We're gonna get music in here, right? It's not just always gone. I feel like you look better in red. The student council room differs from the other classrooms, with its lush carpeting, gives off the feeling of a real conference room. With this greatly anachronistic wooden space was a boy in a black uniform, a young man dressed in a coat, and a young man donned in white armor. The boy in the black uniform is Leo. His uniform color may be different, but there's no way I could forget that he's my classmate. However, the other two I haven't met, I think, and yet I think I have. My foggy memory must mean that I was their acquaintance during the Holy Grail War.
来た来た。はい、それじゃあ二人ともせーの。おはようございます。
I feel like your personality's a bit different right now. Just a bit, you know? They're not doing that. Neither of them will. Huh?
もう二人とも打ち合わせ通りやってください。朝の挨拶は元気よく快活に。やや脳の作りを疑われるほどバカっぽいほど学生らしい。と言ったでしょ。
They're like, we're not doing that.
もう一度行きますからね。せーの。おはようございます。
Oh?
Good morning.
Oh. He speaks English, because of course he does.
おはようございます。
Buddy, your sound quality is awful. Is he muffled by his, muffled by his popped collar? Leo silently smiles, coercing me for something. Do I also have to give that embarrassing greeting? Ohio!
大変結構でした。善と明るい学生にふさわしいテンションです。やっぱり僕の見込んだ通りの女性でした。バンカラに言うとマブですね。
Mabu? Mabu?
ユリウス、つかぬことをお尋ねしますが、マブとは？
Yeah, what is Mabu?
深い親愛を表す日本の専門用語だが。
What? Yeah, I've never heard that phrase.
で意味が異なる。全く。どこでそんな。
Mabu meaning Japanese. What the frick does it mean? Mabu means Mabudachi, friend. Okay. It could also refer to a married woman's love? Oh. Interesting. Because we got a wife. What did this just turn into? Leo and these two young men are playing out an entire skit. It just turns into whose line is it anyway? This classmate that I know. Yeah, Leo never had such a friendly disposition, I'm pretty sure, right? It feels weird.
その様子からすると僕のことを覚えているようですね。
Yeah, and how you weren't like
では
this.
悪ふざけはここまでに。 ご安
Okay.
心を。僕はあなたの知っている
I
通り
was
の
scared for a
冷
sec.
静沈着なレオですから。でも残念です。忘れているようならこれを機にキャラ替えをしたかったのですが。
Should I point out how different he sounds from the old Leo when he says that?
では改めお待ちしていました。はじめまして。僕はレオナルド・ビスタリオ・ハーウェイ。
That's such a funny way to handle
今
that.
更自己紹介もどうかと思いますが、この校舎で顔を合わせるのは初めてですから。兄さん、ガウェイン、あなたたちも自己紹介を。
Oh, we're just skipping over hiding names, huh?
ユリウスだ。今はレオのサポートに徹している。
サーバントガウェインです。その我が主は現在年相応の無邪気さを発散しています。ですので多少のわがままは多めに見ていただきますよう皆さんの寛容さを切実に期待します。
The person who called himself Julius, judging by Leo's manner of speech, seems to be Leo's older brother. They don't look alike at all. Maybe they're half-brothers. Julius seems to be a master, but I don't see a servant anywhere. I don't feel the presence of a servant nearby, nor the typical pressure of a master from Julius himself. Even if Julius's servant were to have the total disappearance skill, Julius himself wouldn't be able to hide his status. For some reason, he's a master who's lost his servant. I don't remember about that. On the other hand, it's apparent that Gawain is Leo's servant. His class is Saber. Of the servants summoned in this Holy Grail War, he's at the top of the ranks. For some reason, that's one thing I can recall exactly. Or I can recall exactly.
失礼します。校内の全スキャン完了しました。校舎にはもう200件のマスターはいないようです。
The girl from the infirmary, Sakura, enters the room. Leo nods, saying all right, then turns back to me. You okay, game? The game like hitched there for a sec. Now that's the Leo B. Harway I remember. The strongest master accompanied by the strongest servant. There's no erasing that fact, whether I remember the Holy Grail War or not.
状況から見て彼女たちもどこかにいると思ったのですが、いないのでは諦めましょう。
The girls. Are you talking about Aoko and
あ
Toko?
なたに来てもらったのは他でもありません。この旧
If
校
they're
舎
not here, that's a surprise.
いえ、月の裏側からの脱出作戦に参加していただけないで
Well,
しょ
can you explain a bit about this, though? A plan to escape from the far side of the moon? Wait a second. I can't keep up all these rapid new developments. What happened to the school building swallowed by the black noise? Why have I lost my memory? Where are we? I can't at least get these 3 points cleared up, and I can't make a decision.
おや、さくらから説明は受けていないのですね。では僕の口から説明をしても。
はい、お願いします。憶測ばかりなので AI である私には説明することができなくて。
AI can't think. It's important to remember. They can compile information, but they can't come up to a conclusion.
そうでした。AI は事実として判定された情報しかマスターに伝えられない。ムーンセルのかけた制限ですね。では、質問をどうぞ。
Tell me about this school swallowed by darkness. Ask about the school swallowed by darkness. Here's the scene I just saw Leo in. Leo, Shinji, and I were classmates. I explained how that after a sudden announcement, the people inside the school building were swallowed by darkness and disappeared.
学校でクラスメート同士だ。それは予選の延長ですね。
Huh.
おかしいな。僕とは違う。うろ覚えではありますが、僕の場合は聖杯戦争の途中で黒いスライムに襲われ、気がついたらここにいました。おそらく僕は校舎が襲われる前に予選を突破して、あなたのいた校舎から抜け出したのでしょう。さくら、予選のシステムについて僕の口から説明してもいいですか？
問題ないと思います。もうここはシステムの外ですし、予選を突破していますから。
では遠慮なく。聖杯戦争には予選と本戦がありました。地上から月にアクセスしたウィザードはまず記憶を奪われ、偽りのパーソナルを与えられます。何の変哲もない西暦2000年頃の学生。 それが僕らに与えられたロールでした。
Ah, I see. That feeling of being suddenly abandoned by the world was due to me believing that the role the moon cell imposed on me was my current occupation.
その役割に違和感を覚え、本来の自分を取り戻したウィザードだけがマスターとしてサーバントを獲
Honestly,
得します。
I kind of love the idea of, okay, we're having a, you know, a contest to see who deserves to win this thing. And like, how do we solve that? You know, because there might be unfair advantages. Simple. Reset everyone to 0. Like, everyone goes in at level 1, and only if they prove they can go from like level 1 to like level 50 in terms of like knowledge and understanding and feeling that the events going on are a problem, only then can they actually join the tournament, right? And then they get their memories back. I love that idea, because it's like, that's the way to prove true aptitude. To go from, can you feel that something is wrong and realize that you're not a student in that time? Do you have the aptitude for it? That's so cool.
サーバントと契約している以上、予選は突破していなければおかしい。ですから、僕と同じように本戦であの黒いアンノウンに襲われたはずです。その記憶はないんですか？
No. I only remember the day-to-day of the preliminaries, the abyssal darkness, and my servant who kept calling out to me.
いいでしょうか、レオさん。レオさんはこちらに落ちてからすぐに目覚めましたけど、ずっと眠っていたから。昏睡状態の時、レオさんの言う黒いアンノウンにずっと魂を囚われていたことになります。ですから、長い悪夢に侵されているうちに本戦での記憶を完全に消された、逃れてしまったのではないでしょうか。彼女が語った予選は本当の予選ではなく、以前あった現実と夢が混ざり合った捏造された予選の可能性が高いです。
Huh. Fabricated preliminaries? Then that Shinji and Leo were both just dreams? No, since each character's default configuration or personality were reproduced from my past memories, then was just the final sight of the school building being swallowed a dream? Even so, there was that fall at the end. The chill of that empty darkness was definitely no dream.
きっとそれが原因です。あなたは聖杯戦争中に怪物に捕まって今まで閉じ込められていた。
Huh.
夢の中で見た黒い空間はそのあなたを飲み込んだ
Were we eaten by the Jabberwocky?
みたいなものです。
It's the only one I can think of that it would work for. Inside of a monster? That endlessly stretching space devoid of amusements? This is the electronic ocean. Maybe that's what it's like being taken in as data by another being, but it sounds increasingly repulsive. We were caught by a monster possessing that kind of darkness.
では、質問をどうぞ。
Okay, more questions. Memory loss. Sure. My lost memory. I ask about why I've lost my memory.
それはお前だけの話ではない。
Do we have different levels of memory,
こ
though?
の地にいる他のマスターたちも同じだ。
はい。僕たちは全員、聖杯戦争中の記憶を失っています。覚えているのは自分のサーバントと戦いの中で知り合った人々のデータだけ。例えば僕の場合、まだ負けていないことは断言できますが、何回戦まで進んでいたのかはよく思い出せない。
So does this just take place at some point? Is it just we are at some point during Fate Extra?
自分でもどうかと思うぐらい関心があるのですが、その関心を持った理由を忘れています。
お恥ずかしい話ですが、私も同様です。おそらくあなたのサーバントもそうでしょう。マスターであるレオとの出来事は覚えていますが、それ以外のことは明確に思い出せない。
はい。マスターの皆さんは予選を突破した直後の1回戦序盤の精神記憶状態に戻ってしまったんです。
Huh.
それに加えて長い昏睡状態だったから。
I had a worse case of memory loss, more so than Leo and the others. So basically, I can't recall any sequence of events from the Holy Grail War or my backgrounds as a wizard. It was obvious, but the truth of it still sent a chill down my spine. The fear that I had only I had lost my memories has died down, but nevertheless, not being able to recall who I used to be leaves me terribly uncomfortable. What's that noise, buddy?
何か意見でも
Yeah.
いや、特にはない。俺も記憶を思い起こしていたところだ。そういえば、彼女はどんな窮地でもこんな態度だったなと。随分昔の出来事のようだ。
とにかく僕らが記憶を失ったこととこの旧校舎にいることは関係があるはずです。不自然に消えた記憶は不自然な状況を解析すれば戻るのが道理でしょう。では質問をどうぞ。
The last question is, where are we? Is this unfamiliar wooden school building a part of the Seraph?
セラフではありますが、かつて僕たちがいた領域ではありません。ここは月の裏側、聖杯戦争の外です。
So essentially, we're on the second hard drive. That's the best way I can think of it, right? Like if we're on a big computer, this is hard drive B. The hard drive, you know, this is the F drive, right? Oh, I don't know freaking which drive. I don't know. Maybe that's one that shouldn't be there, but regardless, right? We're on another drive
セ
essentially.
ラフはムーンセルが聖杯戦争を進めるために構築した仮想空間です。
Like my computer boots from like a regular, you know, SSD to go fast, but I also have a big old classic, you know, hard drive with a spinning disc. I really should get that changed out, right? But just for storage. So we're on that
です
one.
がここはムーンセルの目が届かない。
Yeah.
いわば法の職で
Interesting.
す。
Interesting. Okay.
ガウェイン、例のものを。
Do we get a map?
どうぞレオ。
Okay.
こんなこともあろうかと。ワクテカ図面を用意しておきました。
WKTK?
レオ、ワクテカというのは精神状態を表すスラングである。
Wait, what does that
図
mean?
面の用語では
I've never heard that phrase. I'm Googling it. Why is he saying weird stuff? WKTK. WKTK means you're excited for something. It can come from a phrase that I'm typing in now. It stands for, meaning, what's that? How do I say that? Can you translate? Translate that. How do you say that? You're giving me the letters in Japanese. Waku waku. Teka. Waku waku teka teka. Okay. Means exciting and shiny. Means to be looking forward to something. It's a shortened form of, yeah, waku waku teka teka, which means to be excited, to have jitters. Okay. Okay.
ワクテカ図面です、兄さん。
It's a walk teka diagram,
兄
brother.
さんだってここの表記はプロポーショナル体よりゴシック体の方がクールだって盛り上がってたじゃないですか。
Is Julius a font, bro? Oh, that says a lot about him.
あれは分かりやすさの追求だ。ブリーフィングでは時にスタイリッシュなものが好まれる。
That's really funny. That's such a like a character moment. Like, cause I felt Julius didn't have much character in Extra, so to be like, yeah, he does want to occasionally, like, if he's making a presentation, he'll put on some like Gothic fonts. It's like, wow, that says a lot.
なるほど。僕が言うのもなんですが、兄さんが指揮していたチームは14ばかりだったんですね。と、話を戻しましょう。この図解にあるように、現在僕らは月の裏側にいます。聖杯戦争は月の表側で行われているものです。つまり、
We fell from the near side to the far side. Actually, that unknown black noise dropped us over to the far side.
そう考えるのが自然でしょう。さくら、説明を。
はい。ですね。ここはムーンセルの裏側。
Oh,
本来ならムーンセルが使用しないと封印した。
oh, I was super right. I'm 100% right. It's the extra hard drive you keep for storing info. That's
ム
it.
ーンセルは光を記憶媒体にした物質に頼らない記録装置ですが、ここはその光が入り乱れた
Wow, okay, I called that.
惑星情報や虚数すらソースとして成立する世界の外です。
Imaginary numbers. You make things so
ム
confusing.
ーンセル中枢が光を閉じ込めている式典の檻なら、ここは虚数でできた打点の庭。
Huh.
知性を持つ生命は決して入ってはいけない絶対禁断領域です。私たち上級 AI も裏側には入れませんでした。
And yet here we are.
まあもう僕たちが入っちゃってるんで
Yeah.
絶対も禁断もありませんけどね。
Leo lets out a cheerful ha 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 ha. Next to him, Gawain and Julius wear grim expressions. However, seeing that they're deliberately not complaining means they've embraced Leo's sudden change in attitude. This just might be my guess, but Leo, now freed from his status, wants to live this kind of life as a student, or has always wanted to.
とにかくそんな危険な領域で僕たちは目を覚ました。
私たち NPC も同様です。本戦でマスターの皆さんと一緒に飲み込まれ、生き残った者が後者に残されています。
The far side of the moon. This is the first I've heard of such a space, but certainly the Holy Grail War is a journey from the surface to its center. Since the moon is circular, it wouldn't be strange for another stage to be behind the core. The question is probably whether we can leave here or not.
そうですね。この急行車は安全のようですが、それもいつまで安全なのか保証はない。加えて校舎の外はあの暗い海です。僕たちでは触れた瞬間に消滅するでしょう。
Can we throw an NPC in there to see if that happens? They won't mind.
これで状況は理解できましたね。さて、そこで僕からの質問です。月の裏側、失われた記憶、謎の急行車、出口のない世界、取り残された我々。
So we're gonna have to get more NPCs over time, right? Like not NPCs, but I mean like more characters, right? There's got to be more characters that will appear during
この
time.
状況で
I feel like that at
僕らが
least,
するべ
right?
きことは何でしょうか。
Do we escape and go back to the Holy Grail War? I assume so. It's obvious. No matter what circumstance we're in, we have to get back to the Holy Grail War. I've yet to recover anything. The memories of who I am, how I joined this battle, the ideals I have for obtaining the Holy Grail. I'm still empty.
だろうな。聖杯戦争では敵同士であっても、この状況では手を組まざ
I
るを得ない
love this idea of, hey, here's a bigger threat. Now you all are working
お
together.
前はそういう女だ。
そうですね。それが一番正しい目的です。キャスターさんも今の言葉を聞いたら喜びます。きっと。
期待以上の返答です。これで共同戦線の開始ですね。聖杯戦争に復帰するまで、いえ、月の裏側から脱出するまで、僕たちは仲間です。
So this is kind of a midquill then. Right? It has to
で
be.
は改めて、レオビー・ハーウェイの名のもとに、つくみ原生徒会の発足を宣言します。
Okay, buddy. His declaration was filled with strong determination, like Undertale. I'm not so sure about the name, but under this commander, we can overcome any hardship. Ooh, jams. He's enough to inspire our hope of such.
しかし、まず第一の問題があります。これをクリアできなければ、脱出プランを練ることすら不可能でしょう。誠に言いづらいのですが、人数が足りないのです。
Yep. Huh?
会長の僕、秘書の兄さん、ジーヤのガゲイン、そしてショムしかいないではありませんか。
Huh.
これでは僕が夢見た生徒会
You're very different.
呼んでいいはずがない。生徒会というのはもっと華やかで青春の匂いで満ちていてトラブルが多発するものなのです。
Well, they don't cause. Well, no, actually, they do cause trouble.
その通りです、我が君。どのような品種であれ、花が増えるのは良いことかと。
そういうことですので、生徒会メンバーを見繕ってきてください。
Oh my god.
少なくとも副会長と初期の2人は必須です。校舎には僕たちと同じ境遇のマスターが何
Oh,
人かい
there
ます
are.
から、
Okay.
有能そうな人を片っ端からスカウトしてきてください。
The talk ends there. Leo's first order is to recruit. He says I need to help launch the student council by finding other masters in the school building, then persuading them to join. Is this really a good idea, Leo? Like, buddy. I mean, I guess. Sure. Hi. I'll be assisting everyone from here on out, specifically as an OS that executes and supports President Leo's operations. As an operating system? Currently, I'm using Root to also serve as the main CPU that makes up the old school building. Oh, okay. Oh, you are the operating system. Thus, regretfully, I have the infirmary
バッ
closed.
チリです
In case of an emergency, I'll open the infirmary right back up if anyone needs it, so please don't worry. Anything else to say? No, same thing.
バッチ
Okay. Variety of information is displayed on here. However, it's really tough to read from this close up. It would help if I back up a bit, I guess. Shut up, you're so stupid.
まったく。
You may think Leo's... you may think he's a bit sussy. But that there, without a doubt, is the real thing. Just trust me on this.
まったく。
Okay. I shall introduce myself once more. I am King Leo's servant. My name is
実
Gawain.
に喜ばしい。
We clashed in the Holy Grail War, but this is the far side of the moon. With the same aim, let us be passing as good comrades. Are you married, perchance? What if there's any cleaning supplies in here? Julius, sweeping up the student council room with a broom or dustpan, or Gawain. Kinda want to see them doing that stuff. That'd be mad funny. Leah, what do you have to say?
楽しくなってきましたね。
First thing to do is recruit. We can't have rich student council activities without talented members. It is mundane, but it's also a critical duty. I hope to see your splendid persuasive skills in action, Hakuno. I actually have no idea if this game has, like, roots beyond servant choice. Between the books, I find a history of Tsukimihara Academy. Worn out pictures of the school are printed in it. I miss my peaceful life as a student, just a little. Books are tightly lined up all the way to the ceiling. A large assortment of genres here, like history, literature, and economics. From among them, one stands out. Introduction to Curry for Dummies. Oh, I love Curry. I'm not sure why, but I'm sad now. Oh. Many books are stored in this shelf. They all look exceedingly complicated. But in the corner of my eye, I felt like I saw the string of letters. My little sister can't be this hyper-conceited. I dare not check. I can't believe even at this time, these titles are real. It looks like a garbage bin, but there's nothing inside. Okay. And is it a garbage bin if there's no garbage? Hey, there's the music. See, that's better. Is this Shinji? I'm not talking to him. Go away! Let's look for other characters. He is a literal last resort. Hello! Ma'am?
まあまたお会いできましたね
Huh, you're here. I'm pretty sure this woman is... Oh yeah. Taiga Fujimura? Also, this makes everything regarding the CCC event in FGO even worse. Which, I thought it was pretty bad in FGO, reading what happened. The manga version is the most painful thing. If you know, you know. This was the previous school building's new teacher. Since she was a teacher, I figured she was part of the management, an NPC prepared by the Moon Cell, but she may be a master too. Taiga... Oh, here we go.
おかしいですね私そんな怪しい名前を語った記憶はないのですが
The nun casts her eyes down, looking troubled. As I thought, Taiga Fujimura doesn't seem to be her name, so her real name is... Ma'am, you're so hot.
摂政員キアラと申します
There we go.
予選では教師の役割をこなしていましたその時あなたとも知り合いましたね
So again, we heard the name Kiara Sesyoin in Extra when Goto was talking about like all these different religions, and one of the ones that he brings up is Kiara Sesyoin, which is the only one that's not a thing, right? And that little bit of like, it's like, oh man, there's a lot to say about that, right? Like, imagine a character who just starts listing off like real world religions, and then he says one that doesn't exist. And you're like, that's weird. And like, I'm sure when Extra came out, there was no information. Who the heck is Kiara Sesyoin, right? Then we get a sequel, and it's like, by the way, like, my name is that religion from last time. Boom. That's storytelling, baby. This lady, Kiara, smiles gracefully, Her gaze is warm, as if she's grateful from the bottom of her heart to meet me again. Despite the entire situation we're in, her gaze makes me unconsciously blush. I do love women.
本当によかった。あの黒いノイズに襲われた時は覚悟を決めましたが。
Hold on a second. Just now, did she say attacked by the black noise?
ええ、予選で校舎ごと飲み込まれました。ですが、幸いこの通り大事なく、足もあれば手もありましょう。
It's kind of a bop of a theme.
夢かうつつかとお迷いでしたら、その手で直に触ってみるのはいかがでしょう。さあ、どうか遠慮なさらずに。
Kiara's chaste clothing rustles. She holds out one hand. She may not be aware of it, but her gestures are exceedingly soft and feminine. Men are a given, but even a woman would be captivated by her. Gotta keep saying that just to be like, don't worry. This game works both ways. I need to calm down. This isn't the time for this. What's important is that we both went through the same ordeal. Kiara was also in the school building. Was swallowed by the black noise?
はい、私、このような服装ですから、走ったものの転んでしまって、あえなく黒い泥に飲み込まれてしまいました。1階の廊下から階段に向かうあなたに声をかけたのですが、そちらは覚えておいでですか？
How could I forget? I can still taste it. I shook my head no. I guess I did. I see. In that moment, Kiara was also asking for help. The reality is that she was left in that building, and ultimately no one came to rescue her. Assailed with guilt, I unconsciously lower my eyes in shame.
いいのです。ご自分をあまり責めないでください。あの時はああすることが最善でした。それに、今の後悔だけで私は報われました。たった一度話しただけの私の命を悔やんでくれるほど、あなたは私を思ってくれたのですね。
I mean, we may have talked only once, but I got closer with you than almost anyone I've ever seen. With a thank you, Kiara Sesioin expresses heartfelt appreciation towards Hakano Kishinami, who had abandoned her. A warmth rises in my chest. Even if her words were just concern over my sense of guilt, her wholehearted gratitude was genuine. She gently smiles as if embracing the behavior and personality of another person. Kiara's modest conduct is seldom seen in everyday life. Someone like this will definitely join the student council. Believing that, I explain about Leo and the student council. She's gonna say no.
生徒会ですか？確かに。
I feel like she's gonna say
こ
no.
こから外を目指すのなら、皆さんで手を取り合うのが上策でしょう。ですが、
Yeah,
ごめんなさい。私は生徒会に参加はできないのです。
I felt like that she wouldn't. No way! The other masters are one thing, but for her to refuse joining is... There's no way I can accept this without an explanation.
理由は明白です。レオさんやあなたは真剣に全身全霊をかけて脱出を目指しています。
My massive mammaroos would simply get in the way.
そんな中に、ここから
Oh.
出る気がない
Oh, you just don't wanna leave.
では、式に関わりましょう。
That's concerning, but ultimately I know where this plot's gonna go.
私はそのよう
Roughly.
なさまつごとで
Very roughly.
決意を怪我したくないの
Just
です。
because, again, I sort of know what she's capable of.
お引き取りを。
So she's like super not lying. Kiara lowers her eyes sorrowfully. I understand how much she's concerned for me, so much that it hurts. But she doesn't want to leave? What could that be all about?
私には不可能と認め、心が折れたと申しましょうか。
Huh.
これでも自分なりに脱出を試みました。しかし私の力ではできて外へ穴を開ける程度、外に出た瞬間、私の力では形を保てず
You do have a
する
servant.
でしょう。
Interesting.
私のサーバントも
I didn't know she had one. I have no idea who it would be.
私では力不足
Actually, wait, I might have an idea.
ですが、レオさんやあなたのサーバントなら、その時、もしあなたが脱出する時、何の苦しみもなく、私を置き去りにしていけますか？きっと、あなたは迷ってしまうでしょう。力なき者を見捨てるご自分の弱さに、
私は足手まといにはなりたくはないのです。そう悲しそうな顔はしないで。ご安心を。この校舎だってそう悪いものではありませんから。私たちを閉じ込めたものが何かは存じません。ですがこれほどのリソースを持っているにもかかわらず、
So, like,
私たちを放任している。
that's a shelf boob, right? That is a proper
それ
shelf.
は寛大な心があるということではないでしょうか。あの校舎での一件も同じです。 私は
Are they leaving us alone, or are we secretly falling into their plan? That's the question, you know?
その何者かの情けで見逃されているのです。
Kiara makes a fair point. However, no one can say for sure how long that someone's generous heart will last. And anyway, isn't it a stretch to say that they let us go when they trapped us here?
それはごもっともですので、私は生徒会の皆さんを否定はしませんし、応援したく思います。ただ、私の力が足りないだけなのです。きっと最後の最後で私は皆様の足かせになってしまうでしょう。そうならないよう距離を取っておきたいのです。先ほど私を助けられなかっただけで。
I have no choice but to back off if she says that. No one understands a master and servant's ability better than the master themselves. It would be irresponsible for me, a stranger, to interject if Kiara herself says she's not strong enough.
本当に困った人ですね。そんな顔をなさらないで。あなたは私のような女と違うようです。言わずとも感じております。この摂政員キアラ、未だ自分の命のみを優先する不徳の身です。
She's not wrong about calling herself that. I know that for sure.
させていただきますね。聞いていましたか、アンデルセン。
Oh! Oh, that makes sense. Of course that's who it is. No wonder they're so related to each other. Yeah, okay. I didn't know that was going to be the case. Kiara called her servant not by class, but by their hidden true name. That's the one thing which must be concealed throughout the Holy Grail War above all else. A servant's true name, and she spoke it with no issue. Ah, makes sense. She's truly giving up on going back alive. She's showing her hand to me, someone who would have eventually become her enemy, because she doesn't want to return to the Holy Grail War. There he is. A young boy appears. One could say he looks handsome, yet in his eyes are the shadows of bitter despair. Hans Christian Andersen, famous for The Little Mermaid and The Little Match Girl, one of the world's 3 greatest fairy tale writers. Were the fairy tales I heard at bedtime so many times really written by this young boy? Give me your voice.
ただいま紹介に預かった三流のサーバントアンデルセンだ。
What a voice.
何のクラスかは語るまでもない。最低なマスターにふさわしい低俗な英霊だからな。しかし呆れるほど凡夫の顔だな。苦悩もなく悲哀もなく、ただこの世界に投げ出された被害者面。いいぞ、悪くない。道家とはそうでなくてはならん。
That's not very nice.
愚昧さは罪というが、凡俗として世に投げ出されたことは行幸だ。何しろ善も悪も楽しめる。それが真っ当な人生というやつだ。我々は皆母体から生み出され、世界の醜さに笑うのみなのだからな。
Will they address the voice, or is it just a thing we have to accept? I've always wondered if that was going to be a thing.
バカ者、それならそうと初めから言え。他人を信じるな。女を信じるな。特に
Don't trust women, he says to the woman. I wonder, like, do you not realize?
肉体、言葉、思想、結末、そのすべてが常人には毒になる。強すぎる光は目を潰すというだろう。
But that's not the right phrase. Curiosity killed the cat, but satisfaction brought it back. So what you're saying is the opposite.
聖人の説法というやつは凡俗には耐えられぬものだ。 この女の場合はさらに始末が悪い。
もう口を開ければひどいことばかり。私はただこの事態を解決する意志も能力もないのですと告白しただけなのに。アンデルセン、やはりあなたは外に出すより箱の中の方がお似合いなのかしら。
語れと言われたから語ったまで。そして走り出したが最後、この俺の悪質は止まらんぞキアラ。このボンプどもを導けと命じたのは貴様だ。俺は辛辣に真実を語る。歯に絹つけた言い回しでは薬にもならん。
This face has a different energy to the Anderson that we saw in FGO, I feel. Right? I feel like this face shows a very different side of him.
その人間の価値、ひたすらにこき下ろしてやろう。
Like there's almost like a cruelty in this face, whereas in FGO it felt just more like being tired.
はあ、またその言葉ですか。あなたとはそれなりに長いですが、人間に値をつけるのはいけないと言っているでしょ。
事実を口にするのが俺の仕事だ。いいか、人間の命には価値がある。お前はその価値を浪費している。毒不明。
Oof. She devil.
お前もだ、若きマスターよ。
He looks at me with a discerning gaze, as if appraising me. He doesn't look like a young boy. He has a mature presence. Yeah, right? You kind of get that. Like, he's short and should, but he doesn't have that feeling.
お前はお前の物語の主役のつもりだろう。ああ、それは真実だ。だがその舞台はいつあろう、目も当てられない打作で終わる。
Oh, that's ironic because I hear this game has one of the best stories in the franchise.
人は誰しもが主役だが、名演をこなし名作として幕を下ろせるのは一握りの勝者だけだ。ゆえに止まるな、浪費するな、空費するな。望みを果たしたいなら、こんなところで批評家の声など聞くなということだ。さっさと馬車馬のように働け、三流ども。
こういうサーバントですけど、仲良くしてあげてくださいね。根は素直ないい人なんですよ。
Is that so? If Kiara hadn't smoothed things out, right about now, Castor would have probably jumped out and started hurling insults. Anyway, Kiara turned down joining the student council, but will cooperate as much as possible. She might change her mind with time. For now, I'll settle with this. Yeah, he's just chilling here. What? You still need something from me? No. No. To be this infatuated with me. Are you one of those, an eager wannabe? I won't teach you the secret to writing. The kind of people who teach others their craft are no different from idiots. Oh, jeez.
申し訳ありません。
I apologize, but I cannot join the student council. However, if there's anything else I can do, then I'll support you as much as I can, Hakuno.
傑作だな、バカめ。
You look like quite the sucker, Hakuno Kishinami. She's a hypocrite, and uses that to butter people up.
アンデルセン、
Enough, Anderson. This is all you ever talk about. Interesting. Oh, library. The library. We can go into the library. Look, NPCs in the library. Shelves are comprised of light novels targeted towards the general public. To think there'd be something like this in the library. Keywords like Demon Lord or Little Sister stand out. Look, a book about sparkly vampires. Reminder, they said they've added no memes, and that's a thing that apparently Nasu put in there. But also, I guess that could be Tsukihime. They're quite sparkly there, but not because of their color of their skin, it's because of stuff on them. This shelf seems to be comprised of picture books aimed towards children, but children's books aren't to be brushed off. An adult reader might find a true masterpiece hidden beneath. Shelves contain various literary works. I picked one up. It's a collected works of an author named Bungo, literary master. The story follows a protagonist who encounters a girl while studying abroad. Is that a reference to the frickin' like Bungo series that I hear is quite similar to like Fate, which I know nothing about? Geography and history sections. After reading a bit, I felt I understood a bit more about the conflict between the Holy Church and the Mage Association last century and its consequences. Oh, lore! Plants and wildlife. Just looking at this cute little critters and the visage of wild animals gives me a fuzzy feeling inside. politics and economics. It says that the modern era's economic situation is a conspiracy by the Western European plutocracy. Well, this reeks of foul play. Philosophy and language. I tried to read one, but the books here are incomprehensible gibberish to the average person. Okay, no one else really. Oh, talking to you. It's not like we can leave anyway. Resisting is pointless. We can't defy that power. Classmates, hilarious. How nice it is to be a carefree, regular student NPC. She can't fathom the gravity of the situation. We're now in an undefined hell. Are we supposed to ignore that fact and keep pretending we're in the preliminaries? They have different colored outfits. She's been shaking ever since she woken up. She seems worried. I'm just a low-level NPC, but I can be helpful in some way, even if it's just by staying by her side. Huh? Why am I concerned about her? Because she's my classmate. How am I not supposed to? Yes, it is strange. Why would a regular student NPC like me be doing things outside my role? You're a master, right? Let me tell you a bit about servants. You become a master for the first time by contracting with a servant. A master provides a servant with prana, and the servant fights for their master. In a way, master and servant, though a master and servant relationship, it can be said they are of equal standing. Servants are reproductions of heroic spirits, existences from the world's legends and myths created by the moon cell. Though I say reproduction, the method is extremely similar to summoning. Their forms are not of the moon, but rather records of human history on Earth. Your servant too existed as a living I wouldn't say human, but a living being at some point, and it came from the collective fantasies of people. Yeah. Shops comprised of sports and recreation. I tried to find a book on servant fights, but as suspected, there aren't any books on like that. Yeah, that's not a thing. Medical science. Is there any book for medicine while we're here in Inspired? Yeah, don't need that. I've been trying to access the management server for a while now, but it keeps failing. This is bad. I've never seen this before. Can't contact the moon cell. It also means there won't be any periodic checkups from the moon cell. Could that mean that, could one say that we've been freed from the moon cell? I give up. We're unable to get back to the old school building. We've been fully isolated. We're like a ship stuck in a gravitational field. How's the moon cell going to respond to this situation, I wonder? Those on the near side of the moon probably treat us as deserters since we exist as nothing. It's highly likely that even if we were to return at this point, we'd be considered defective and be disassembled. Jeez. Yikers. Well, I'm going to call it here because there's a lot of exploring to do. This is just one of those games where it's like, don't expect gameplay to come for a while. We'll see you next time for some more. 1 of 4. Interesting. There's 4 NPCs we got to find. Okay, we found one. We'll see you next time for some more Let's Play Fate Extra CCC, wherein we will get some more people and maybe actually get to the RPG gameplay. Probably not. But that's honestly, normally I'm like, oh, come on, let's get to the gameplay. I'm not even missing it. I'm just enjoying being part of a story, right? So see you guys next time for some more. Ciao.